Hope we are having a good weekend. It's a long weekend, but I thought we could just have another tutorial that will help us start the weekend. Start the week as we begin work this coming week. So today we are going to discuss accordions. How do we display data using accordions? I know some of us have been waiting for this tutorial. So we are going to discuss accordions, and one method we are going to look at is how do we display data in tabular format like this with tables using accordions. And then in another video we are going to look at how to create the top part here, how I created this CDF image with an image in the back with an icon list here with documents that are downloadable, but that will come in the second video. But for now we'll look at accordions. So for us to begin to look at accordions, I'm going to create a new page so that we attempt to recreate this starting from scratch. So I will exit to dashboard so that I can create a new page and begin to attempt to recreate this accordion setup. So I'm going to add a new page, and this page I'm going to call it CDF accordion. Okay, like that. And always remember to set your page to elementor full width here. Remember, always set your template to elementor full width. Remember, we said if you don't do that, if I just save without changing the page to elementor full width and I go into edit mode, this is what normally happens. I'm going to have a page which is not going to be in full width mode, and is going to have this title or this header which I am going to struggle to get rid of. So if I am in this situation again, which is undesirable, I am just going to come to the corner here, right at the corner here, and click on settings, and then on page layout I'm going to change this page layout to elementor full width, and my page is going to realign itself, and it's now going to be in elementor full width, and I'm going to click update. So that heading disappears. So now we are attempting to display data or information using accordions. So the first one we are going to look at is an advanced accordion. So I am going to type in my search here for my widget and try to type advanced, and I'm going to have this advanced accordion. So I'm going to pull it and drop it there. So this is how my accordion displays. I have three already here. This one, and this one. These are the three already displaying. So we are trying to display CDF data, and we are trying to, if I open in the new tab here, we're trying to segregate our data according to the categories of CDF. So for example, we have community projects, we have bursaries, and we have secondary schools and the other categories. So in an assumption that we have two constituencies, like for Mongo, so community projects, I'm going to create a section for community projects and break it down to the two constituencies, like for Nalikwanda there and for Mongo Central there. So what do I do? The first thing I should have done, first of all, is to have a title. So I'm going to come back and still pull out a header, and I'm going to name this header of mine community project. community projects, like that. Not community, but community projects. And then I'm going to drag this header to the top so that it starts my accordion layout. So remember, always remember to say now you have set a font and you have set a font size, you have set a standard for your website. So my standard is that my backgrounds are always white. So I'm going to come back here and say my background is always white. So I will change my background to white. And even for this accordion container, I'll come to background and change my background to white. So I have a set of fonts that I've been using. So for my website, my set of font is Poppins. So I'm going to come on fonts and I'm going to search for Poppins. And I have a color scheme that I have constantly been using. It's either green or orange. So these are the colors that I'm constantly using on my project. And then I'll set the font size to the font size that I'm comfortable with. So I'm equally going to change my accordions to my color schemes. So I'm going to come on the accordions and style them, because my accordions inside here, I'm saying my typography is Poppins, and for the inside here, I'll stick to the combination of my color scheme of orange and so on. So here, if you notice, on the accordions, there are two settings here. When it is open, it is going to be green. But when I close it, what color do I want it? I mean, when it is open, it is going to be orange. When I close it, what color do I want it to be? So I'll come on the closed and I say when it is closed, I want it to be green, like that. Then when it is open, I want it to be orange. So I'm setting those colors there. So I'm now going to rename my first tab here according to my constituencies. I'm going to come here and remove that text, and I'm going to name it 2025 Mongo Central Project. Like that. And then I'm going to name my second tab, which is this one. Since I have two constituencies, I'll name it 2025 Likwanda constituency projects. Likwanda project. Like that. Then the third one, I will not need it for now. I will just delete it. So I have my two accordions. And then I have this setting here to say when I load this page, how do I want it to be? Do I want the first slide to be auto-opened? If no, I say no. So that when my page opens, this slide is not auto-opened. So now I've created my accordions. Remember, we are using advanced accordion. Now, for me to put the data inside, I am going to open the first accordion and I'm going to click on this pencil edit thing. And when I click on it, it opens. And it opens another layer of the accordion so that now I can enter the data, or I can display information the way I want it to be displayed. So I want to use a table. So for me to use a table to display the data in this fashion, I'm going to search on a table widget like that, and I'm going to pick this table and drag it in there. Okay, so my table is going to show. So now it is going to ask me to say what is the source for my data. So you cannot manually type in 100 rows or 50 rows or whatever rows of data. So the easiest way to populate this table is to have your data sitting in a CSV file in Excel, and you convert it to CSV, upload it into your media library, and when it asks for the source here, you say source, a CSV file, and once you say CSV file, you click here and it will take you to your media library. So in your media library, you're going to search for your CSV file, which you have already uploaded. Do I have a CSV file? I'm going to scroll down to look for my CSV file, which is already sitting in my media library. And can I find it? I am going to search for my CSV file. In this case, it looks like I can't locate my CSV file. Okay, assuming I am going to try to insert it from the URL, so I am going to exit on the other side and go into my dashboard. And in my dashboard, I'm going to go into my media library. And in my media library, I'm going to filter to my documents so that I can just look at my documents. And then I should have my CSV file already uploaded, because I uploaded a number of CSV files. I'm failing to locate it. There you go. That is my CSV file there. So I am going to copy the URL of my CSV file, and I'm going to paste it here using the URL, and then I'll say insert media, and there my CSV file has populated. And once it has populated, I'm going to say update, and I'm going to close this part. And I should have my data display if I have done the correct thing. Okay, so my CSV data file is there and it's updated. Yes, and if I close and I click update here and I refresh, there it is. My data is displayed using the CSV table file. So the next part now is to just format it in the normal way. So I am going to click here on the table itself, and it is going to take me back to the data. And in the data here, I can now click on the table, my my internet is loading a bit slow, I can click on the table and go to styles, and now do the normal styling, where on the header I can change my font to Poppins and change my font size to 16, and on the body, the table body, I can equally do the same, change my text to Poppins and change my display to 15, and there my data is showing. And I can do a number of other formats like show, search, and entries, and all these other things. And then after I update and I close and I update, there is my data displaying. So this is the first part of the video. We are going to discuss further styling of the video, but this is the first way to display your data in tabular form using accordions. I hope this video will be helpful, but then I'm going to do a second part of the video where we are going to now look into detail on how to style everything. For example, how do we achieve this kind of styling and to show minimal displays so that we don't have a continuous table, but we have a table that displays at least a minimum of 8 to 10, and then you click next for it to show you the next information in the table. So for now, that's part one. We'll have a part two a bit later. Have a good day.